Hello and welcome back to Sheaff Math. In today's lesson, we're going to be exploring arithmetic sequences. Now, what exactly is an arithmetic sequence? Well, it's a list of numbers that is going at a constant rate of change. Okay, it's a sequence of numbers that goes either up or down at a constant rate. In this one in particular, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, we can see that this goes up by 3 each time. So that is the constant rate of change, plus 3. This next one you can see is going down. And so 24, 20, 16, 12, if you look at it long enough, you can probably figure out that it's going down by 4. Now this next one, we oftentimes have decimals in here, sometimes fractions too. And so you're going to have to determine how this is increasing or decreasing, and so I'm going to teach you a way how to find that easier. But this one happens to be going up by 0.6. Okay, now a little bit about arithmetic sequences. Here is an example of an arithmetic sequence, and what we're going to do is we're going to find the rate of change. And so I know most of you can probably figure this out in your head, that it's going up by 6 each time. But there's a way that you can always find the rate of change in any sequence, even the tough ones. And we call this the common difference. So that plus 6, that is the common difference. Why do I call it that? Well, if you take any number here in the sequence and subtract the one before it, you will get the number below. 8 minus 2 is 6. 14 minus 8 is 6. And 20 minus 14 is 6. Okay? And so we have our common difference by doing that. Now let's take a look at this one. Now if you looked hard enough, you could probably figure this out in your head as well. Again, I'm going to be teaching you to really try to utilize the common difference method because it will help you when the numbers get tough. So in order to find this, we take 17 and subtract 25, and it comes out to a negative 8. And as you can see, it's going down by 8. 9 minus 17 is negative 8, and 1 minus 9 is negative 8 as well. Okay, so that's how you find the common difference. Now let's try a few problems that you might see. So here's a typical type of problem. You have a sequence and there's a number missing, and you have to fill it in. And so you are going to need to find out what this sequence is going up by or going down by. And so, like I said before, let's find the common difference. So we'll pick any of the two numbers, and we're going to subtract the number by the one before it. So 19 minus 14 is 5. So 5 is the common difference in this. And so 24 minus 19 is positive 5 as well. So we go to our number right before the empty box, and 4, and if it's going up by 5, then 4 plus 5 makes 9. And so that's how you solve this problem. Okay, here's another one. Again, I know you can probably do it in your head, but let's just try the common difference. So we'll pick these two, and we're going to take 22 and subtract 26, and we get minus 4. So this sequence is going down by 4. So we can go to the number 22, and to find the empty box next to it, we simply subtract 4, and we get 18. Okay, well, here's one that it's tough to do in your head, because now we've got decimals. And so sometimes you're going to need to use a calculator or work it out on a paper. And so what I need to do is take 4.31 and subtract 3.52, and I get 0.79. So it's going up 0.79 each time. And so if you want to think of this as money right here, because it's set up pretty nicely, it's going up by 79 cents each time. So we take 4.31 and add 0.79 to it, and we get 5.10. Now, unless it says it's money, you don't have to put the 0 after it. I put the 5.1 and the 0 there because my context was in money. So, but you don't have to put that 0 in. Okay, now fractions. Fractions are by far the toughest ones, and there are a couple ways you can approach this. Some teachers have you find the common denominator of all of the fractions and look for the common or the constant rate of change, and you can see it clearly once you get all the denominators. But I'm going to have you stick with that first method. And it might be a little complicated now, but sometimes these fractions are not easy to find common denominators for. And so what I want you to do is I want you to find the common difference between these two. So we're going to subtract 1 over 4 minus 1 over 8. And so hopefully you know how to subtract fractions, and you know that you have to have a common denominator here. So we're going to change 1/4 to 2 over 8. And so we now have common denominators. 2/8 minus 1/8 is 1/8. And that is our constant rate of change, our common difference. So what would we do here? We would look at 1/4 there in the yellow, and the box to the right of it, we're simply going to add 1/8. So 1/4 plus 1/8, again, you need to have common denominators, so we'll change that 1/4 to 2/8. We add them and we get 3/8. So there is our missing number. Now I know this is a lot of work, but you got to trust me in that the problems that you're going to get later on in higher math are not going to be nice, easy ones. They're going to be complicated decimals, fractions at times. So it's good to always remember the common difference. You can always go back on that method. Well, I hope you enjoyed this and learned a little something about arithmetic sequences. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.